Hi, this is Katie McKnight for K-12 Teachers Alliance. And we're going to talk about differentiated instruction. What is it and what does it mean for me in my classroom and for my students? So first of all, why should we even think about differentiated instruction in our classroom? And it's really a way for us to meet all the different kinds of kids that come into our classrooms on a daily basis. In a single classroom, we could have kids who are gifted, who may have learning disabilities, who could have ADD, or they're English language learners, or they might have emotional or behavioral problems that could be a direct result of poverty. They could have some lack of interest of engagement for various reasons. There could be sensory support needs, physical disabilities, cognitive challenges, and just the fact that all of us learn differently. So how do we create an environment where all of our kids can learn? And differentiated instruction is really the model that we need to look at and consider and manifest in our classrooms. So some of the questions that we might want to ask as teachers are, what are the curricular adaptations that I could make? Which includes, what materials could I use? What technology could I incorporate? Lesson design, how I sequence my lesson, and procedures that I might have to support my student. All of those things play into what meaningful teaching and learning can be in our classroom. And we might also want to think of different ways that kids can represent information. So using visual and audio learning opportunities and giving student options for those is a wonderful way to incorporate differentiated instruction in our classroom. So the teacher not only prepares maybe curricula, materials, or handouts, but also may make materials available digitally through Google Docs or a school website. A teacher might also consider software that could help kids with audio by adding voice or highlighting text and supporting kids' learning. A lot of textbook companies and different publishers now include those kinds of materials to meet and reach all of our kinds of learners. So some of the recommendations that I would have for differentiated instruction include these. First of all, think about less whole class teacher-directed instruction. So that means less lecturing. And think less about having kids sitting in one place and where they just receive and absorb information. Kids need to do and they need to move around the classroom. So that means less rewarding of silence in the classroom. Classrooms that are really wonderful teaching and learning environments where differentiated instruction is embraced have a wonderful buzz and energy to them. Less attempts also for us to just cover material, more emphasis on actually kids developing skills and being able to apply those skills. And less competition as well in grades and schools. It's about the whole group. It's about everybody being able to meet the expectations and the learning outcomes for a given activity. And more experiential, inductive, hands-on learning, more active learning in the classroom, so moving around and talking and collaborating, and joy in the classroom. More emphasis on higher order thinking and learning fields' key concepts and principles. And more deep study of smaller topics and devotion to more reading and different kinds of text. So more choices for kids, like picking their own books, writing their own topic, writing on different topics, team partners, research projects, and more enacting and modeling of the principles of democracy in school. So that really puts the emphasis on teachers to develop a bag of tricks. So what's in your bag of tricks that you can build on to create a differentiated instruction model in your classroom?